All right, guys. It was the back end of a back-to-back on the road. It was the third game in 4 nights. I'm telling you right now, I'm feeling it. Not like the Jazz were, but I'm telling you what, I'm pretty tired, but we're going to bring the energy tonight anyway. It's the Hoops Nerd postgame show. Let's talk about it. All right, guys. The Utah Jazz lost their first game of the season. It's crazy that at this point, this is the first time we see the Jazz lose. I tweeted about it. I mean, I wasn't able to watch the game live tonight. Sorry about the live stream. It did not happen. But this season is the Stranger Things season, I realized. Everything is the opposite. Everything is upside down. The Jazz's wins this season are against playoff teams, some of the better teams in the NBA. Their loss now is against the Houston Rockets, who had the worst record in the NBA last year. Everything is in the upside down. Everything is in the upside down. I don't understand. And it's just the opposite of what happened with the Jazz last year, where they would beat up on the bad teams and then lose to the good teams. So this Jazz team is just completely different than last year. Pretty crazy stuff. All right, let's bring up the stats here. Let's talk a little bit about the Houston Rockets, and then we'll talk about the Utah Jazz. Let's see. Let's take this and pull me down. All right, so this Houston Rockets team is a team I'm actually really interested in. I actually am kind of surprised they're 1-3. I haven't paid as much attention to them this season as I'd like, because they're honestly one of the teams that I think is one of the more fun teams and one of the more interesting teams. They have drafted, in my opinion, really well in the draft. The jury's still a little out on what Jalen Green will be, but we just need to give him some time because the talent is there for him to be an elite scorer. The question is, can he be more? But tonight, he was really good offensively. 9 for 16 from the field, 4 for 8 from 3. I mean, that's 56-50 there. You can't argue with that. And then 3 for 3 from the free throw line. 25 points, 3 assists, 3 rebounds. Solid night for a lead scorer on an NBA squad. What I want to see from Jalen Green is some of the other things. Like, we want to see that efficiency continue. So it's nice to see Jalen Green be efficient, albeit it was against a Utah Jazz team that's, like we said, third game in 4 nights, pretty exhausted. Brought in Simone Fontecchio, who was awesome. We'll talk about him in a minute. But I want to see Jalen Green do a little more. And we've talked about this a little bit with these players. If you're a player that can be elite at one thing, then you will be an NBA rotation player for a long time. And we have seen it with Jalen Green. He is an elite scorer and has a chance to be really, really great in that way. And right now it's obvious he's continuing to develop that. But he needs to become elite in a couple more things if he wants to be one of the superstars in the league. Can he become a better facilitator? You know? If he's just getting 3 assists, that's fine. But that's not enough to really be an impactful lead guy in the NBA. Not lead guard, but just lead guy. Are you leading a team to victory by not only scoring it at a highly efficient level, but are you also facilitating at a high level? Now, if you're just a great scorer and you find a way to score and you're not the best facilitator, that's okay. But then you need to be elite at something else. Can you be an elite defensive player? You know? Like, if Jalen Green can become an elite defensive player, then isn't he kind of a Kawhi Leonard type, a prototype, you know? Because that's what Kawhi Leonard's not the greatest facilitator or the greatest playmaker, but he's an elite offensive player, strong, and plays elite defense. You know, and even Kawhi Leonard, 3 for 3 from the free throw line, that's great. The percentage is great. But Kawhi Leonard averages, in his prime at least, around 6-7 free throws a game. So you want to see this go up too, because that'll mean Jalen Green is going to the hoop and manufacturing points in an easier way. And he's a lot of pull-up jumpers, and when they're falling, it's great. But if they're not, then you need to be manufacturing points by going to the rim and going strong and getting there. You know, that's kind of the Kawhi Leonard type thing, Paul George. Those guys that can also manufacture points by getting to the free throw line, the Hardens of the world, who are able to create points even when the shot is not falling. All right, so that's what I want to see from him. Kevin Porter Jr. is kind of similar, although he went to the free throw line he was 9 for 9 from the free throw line. That's pretty incredible stuff. 10 rebounds, 4 assists. I mean, this is pretty big-time stuff. I know the percentages aren't great, but the free throws is fantastic, so that's putting that true shooting up. And then the rebounding and the assists. He's putting up big numbers, and so he earned that contract. Congrats to Kevin Porter Jr., who is he's honestly a baller. But that's the thing. Can he become elite at other things? Can he become at least an average to high-level defender? This is really the thing I want to see from the Rockets, because they offensively, I think they have it to be just remarkable. I think this Rockets team can be just off the charts offensively. The question is, can you be impactful defenders? And I haven't quite seen it yet with Jalen Green. Maybe he'll continue to improve, and I'm rooting for him because I think he's great, and I was big on him in the draft. Kevin Porter Jr. has been a real success story for them, where they got him for basically nothing, and he's turning into a real contributor for them. But the defensive aspect of this team has to be better. That's why I liked the Jabari Smith pickup for them. I know, and they didn't even get the number 1 pick, so they didn't even have a chance to get him. But Jabari Smith with what's his name? Paolo Banchero, who looks absolutely monstrous. It doesn't matter. They couldn't have got him anyway. But Jabari Smith, what I really like, and tonight we really saw it, this is why Jabari Smith this is an exciting thing for Rockets fans. 21 points, 9 rebounds, 2 assists. He shot 3 for 5 from 3 and 6 for 10 from the field. What is exciting about this is that he's also a high-level defender. He's just a rookie, and this guy is going to be, they have him marked as a center. That's kind of crazy, actually. With the way Tari Eason has played, and I really liked him in the draft, I would love to see Tari Eason get some starting minutes. It's interesting they start Eric Gordon, I guess. I kind of hate that, to be honest. I want to see Tari Eason get more minutes. And then also, I guess he didn't play tonight, but obviously we know about Sengun, so maybe this is why they're doing this. This is a team that if they could get Tari Eason playing high-level defense and playing that center role, and they can get one more guy, and they may have to just go out and get him in free agency, because I think this team is just going to get better over the year as the season goes along, because these guys are just too good for them to not win a lot of games. But this is, if you're a Rockets fans, congrats. You have a nice one in Jabari Smith. He's got that stroke and obviously can shoot it. 6 for 6 from the free throw line. Man, look at this free throw shooting. Holy smokes. 100% from all the starters. That's fantastic. I just think Jabari Smith is great. He's a winning player, and you want winning players on your team. He defends. He's big, like surprisingly big, and then obviously can just shoot the ball. I don't know what his numbers are for the whole season, but the stroke looks good, and he was hitting it tonight. Just a really nice sign. So congrats to the Rockets on your first win. It knocked down the Jazz for their first loss of the season. All right, should we talk about the Utah Jazz? Before we do, let's talk about Prize Picks tonight. I forgot again tonight, guys, that the Jazz had the early start. So I forgot to put Prize Picks down. We have won $450 this season. I am at over $500 total with the promo money. We are 2 for 3, so $450 we've won. Just so you know, how we do it on this channel, when I remember, is a quarter of the money we were given by Prize Picks I put on 2 players. We didn't do it tonight, but like I said, we're 2 for 3 for the year. We're at $450. Let's see where it goes. Next game, we'll be putting down a quarter of like $500. We're going to be putting $150 down, and then if we get it, times 2 or times 3. So it's kind of nuts. Anyways, you too can have a good time if you go to Prize Picks and use promo code HoopsNerd, and they will match up to $100 for you. Go put down $5, and they'll give you $5. And then you could do $10 and then make $30, and you can go get a nice lobster roll in downtown Salt Lake at that lobster place I want to go to. All right? Go do it. Go try it. It's $30 lobster roll. You could get it thanks to Prize Picks. So go do that. Oh, this show. I'm tired. All right. Should we talk about the Utah Jazz? Let's see. Oh, my head's itchy. I'm tired. The Jazz lost. We're trying to bring the energy on a Jazz loss, but there were some fun things. Look at all these fun things for the Utah Jazz to look at. Now, There were two reasons why the Jazz lost tonight. Number one, it was a back end of a back-to-back on the road, third game in 4 nights. Every time I'm writing about the Jazz for SLC Dunk or talking about it on the channel, that is just the likelihood of you winning a game in that scenario, even with like the best teams in the league, is low. The team is going to be dead legs, just not able to do what you want to do, and it's really rough. And so there was just very low likelihood of winning this game. To be honest, it's pretty good they lost this one because the Rockets are going to be bad by the end of the year. I just don't see this Rockets team being all that great, and so getting a loss to the Rockets is good if you can, as long as you can get because this means maybe there's a tiebreaker. If there's some sort of scenario where the Jazz and the Rockets have the same record and the Jazz get just that lower ranking because they lose the tiebreaker, this is a big deal. The Jazz may still be really, really good this year, but if they don't, and if the Jazz make some trades, and by the way, the rumor came out yesterday that talks with the Jazz and the Lakers came back up. Look out. It might be coming. We'll see. Not to drop a bomb on the chat right now, but anyways, if there is a scenario where the Jazz lose a ton more games, a loss like this tonight is a big deal. We saw, how many years ago was it where we had the coin flip with, was it Boston? I can't remember. It was like 8 years ago. And, that's right. It was the Dante Exum draft. And it turned out it didn't really help much. But the Jazz won the coin flip with Boston. We were tied. And it literally goes down to a coin flip. Isn't that crazy? How the future of these multi-billion-dollar teams can come down literally to a coin flip. 50-50. This league is Two-Face from Batman. They do not care. They do not care. They will flip a coin, and that's what life or death. You flip a coin, Victor Wembanyama or sadness. Flip. And that's how the league works. It's crazy. So, losing a game like this to the Houston Rockets is a big deal, so you can avoid the Two-Face from Batman and have your life on the line, flipping in the air, watching it and come to the ground. And if that's what it comes to, it would be really lame if the Jazz lost that tie break. Okay, so this was good. So anyways, that's why they lost, tired, because honestly this Jazz team played pretty well. Really, the biggest reason offensively that they weren't quite able to get over the top is Lauri Markkanen just wasn't quite there with his legs. 0 for 6 from 3, 7 for 19 from the field. That's not something I'm going to be too worried about because I'm sure he was exhausted. And being a lead scorer in the NBA is exhausting. So it is what it is. He still managed to put up 14 points and 6 rebounds. Pretty impressive considering how tired he probably was. Kelly Olynyk continues to be the best shooter in the NBA right now. He was 5 for 6 from 3 last game. He was 2 for 2 from 3 tonight. He was I can't remember what he was in the other couple games, but he shot he has been shooting lights out from 3. It is not sustainable. This is crazy. I swear he's shooting about 80% from 3. I actually want to go see his stats right now. Just for Kelly Olynyk, we'll look. Where's his 3-point stats? Right now from 3, Kelly Olynyk is shooting 78% from 3 for the season. It is just not sustainable, but it's great. I think it's fun. But that is part of the reason why the Jazz have won some of these games. Kelly Olynyk is playing just out of his mind. Or at least, he's playing out of his mind. He was a +8 in a Jazz loss. He is absolutely torching the Nets, So 2 for 2 from 3, that's awesome. I don't know if Kelly Olynyk is going to shoot 78% from 3 for the rest of the season, but that has been an outlier this whole year. I just don't see that continuing, but he has been fantastic. And I mean, honestly, how crazy is it that the Jazz traded for Olynyk? The Lakers could have used this guy. Holy smokes. Jared Vanderbilt is my favorite player. 13 points, 11 rebounds. He continues to just play his heart out. He is kind of one of the players. I mean, this team has so much heart. There's not like the heart of this team guy because there's so many guys like that on this team. But Jared Vanderbilt is definitely that type of guy where he's the heart of a team, just plays so hard. It's fantastic. Christian, I just don't know if I'm ever going to update Chrome. I don't know. I get scared. I'm superstitious about it. I'm very stitious. Mike Conley still managed to put up 7 assists. It's crazy. It's crazy. Mike Conley is just playing at an elite level. How many times last year would we have seen Mike Conley get 7 assists and would have been like, oh, wow. Oh, wow. And this season, 7 assists is like a bad game. I love Will Hardy. I love what he does to allow players to play to their strengths. And Mike Conley's strength is facilitating the ball. And even on a night where Mike Conley played just 27 minutes and was probably pretty tired, still managed to put up 7 assists and set up his teammates. Really fun. Really great. Walker Kessler, I think it was a welcome to the NBA moment and how tired being an NBA player can be because he was tired. He played 8 minutes. I think he was exhausted. And so that's probably why they brought in Fontecchio. And it was a good thing because we saw some nice stuff tonight from Fontecchio. Holy smokes. I don't know if we need to really go into it. It was nice to see Beasley had a nice shooting night. Sexton had a nice shooting night. The defense just wasn't there for the Jazz tonight. Obviously, Rudy Gay was tired, 0 for 5. And Talen Horton-Tucker, I like what he brings. He makes some boneheaded plays. I don't get it. There are times where he will do, like he made like 3 plays tonight where I was just like, that's just dumb, man. What are you doing? Like fouls when guys are at the rim, and throwing the ball down court when it's obvious it's not a very good pass, and just things like that, creating bad turnovers. He just makes a lot of head-scratching plays. And so I think that if he can kind of fix that, but look at this. This is, how many turnovers did he have? Talen Horton-Tucker, 2 turnovers in 17 minutes. And I think that it was actually worse. So this is what, I think he has potential to be really nice. I actually, when I watch him play, I'm like, this guy has potential, and he's only 21. Like DWCB says, he's 21. It's crazy. He just makes silly plays. Like he just makes silly decisions. And so as long as he can start cleaning that up, and hopefully that's not who he is, I think he can improve. But man, he just, it's like a couple bad plays like that and it costs you a game, right? So he needs to clean that up, and honestly, like plays like that will cost you a game, and it may have cost him this game. I don't know. Simone Fontecchio got in the game, and he was awesome. I think the big thing, one thing I like to look at when I'm looking at players, and especially rookies, it's fun when you can realize that Simone Fontecchio, who's like I don't know how old he is, but I think he's like 24, 25, or something like that. But anyways, when he comes in, what I like to look is how big do they look. He's big. He was big enough while I was watching that I just looked it up. He's 6'8". I mean, he is big, guys. So he can play. Oh, look, Jordan Goat, best role, 26. So he's an older rookie, obviously, comes from the EuroLeague. He's got size. And so this Jazz team, it's kind of clear what they're doing. Simone Fontecchio, 6'8". Talen Horton-Tucker, he's got to be 6'7", 6'8". He's got to be if someone wants to look it up. But he's big. Rudy Gay, big. Let's see. They're the guys that are putting in. They play a big lineup. Jared Vanderbilt, Kelly Olynyk, Lauri Markkanen. These 3 guys are typically on the floor with Walker Kessler mixed in there. The Jazz play big. And one thing I'm noticing is they're trying to create a team that has lots of big wings. And we ain't talking about Wingstop. Is THT 6'4"? I don't believe it. THT's okay. Let's see. Are we really? Let's see. 6'4", listed as 6'4". I don't believe it. Fake news. I don't believe it. No, I don't believe it at all. Okay, I don't even care. I'm tired tonight. This is no. Get out of here, internet. Stupid internet. No. All right, whatever. He's a tall 6'4". All right? He's a tall 6'4". Just like when I describe myself to people, I'm on the high side of 5'8", okay? But 6'4", come on. That's baloney. I don't believe that at all. That's crazy. Well, then maybe he plays big. All right? I've completely derailed. Simone Fontecchio. Anyways, the moral of this story is he's big. He has size. He has size, and he shoots the ball at an elite level, and he showed tonight that he can absolutely play. Look at this, 5 for 9 from the field, 3 for 5 from 3. I know the Houston Rockets aren't a great defensive team, but that was impressive. Really impressive. It's not easy to do this in an NBA game. Yes, the Rockets are not very good. It's still not easy to do that, you know? The Rockets aren't very good, but they seem to make Talen Horton-Tucker struggle. 6 foot tall, 6'4" Talen Horton-Tucker. But Simone Fontecchio, 5'9", 3 for 5 from 3, 13 points. He doesn't pass the ball because all he does is get buckets and 3 rebounds. So, you're good. No worries. But anyways, I was impressed. I want to see more. And so maybe we will see some trades, but we still haven't seen Agbaji play, and I think Agbaji is actually 6'4", and also another tall 6'4". But anyways, I thought Simone Fontecchio looked really nice. He looked really nice, and he shot the ball at a high level, and I liked how he drove to the rim. But I just like the size. This Jazz team is obviously drafting and bringing guys in that have size, you know? Leandro Balmero, I don't know if he's even going to be on the team next year, but he has size, you know? Tall wing that can handle the ball. And so, pretty interesting stuff. You can kind of tell what this Jazz are doing, and you can kind of think, well, maybe this is what they're thinking with the upcoming draft. Because the one nice thing about this upcoming draft, even if you don't get Wembanyama, even if you don't get Scoot Henderson, there is a lot of wing talent in this upcoming draft. And the Jazz are probably coming out with a wing, and it's obvious that they want to be a team that plays wing first. All right. Lemon pepper, baby. Actually, one thing, if you follow me, I like on Instagram, I like to make my favorite wing lately. I make a maple bacon jam hot wings. And oh mama. One day we should have a Hoops Nerd party, and I'll make you guys maple bacon jam wings. Ooh mama. Ooh mama. Anyways, I don't know if there's really much else to say. This Jazz team, honestly, even with them being absolutely exhausted tonight, you could tell they're exhausted. I'm exhausted. I'm sure you guys are exhausted. 3 games in 4 nights is killer, and we're not even on the floor. They still almost won this game. It's crazy. It's crazy. So, anyways, Christian House money to Haas, $4. Thank you, my friend. We're still in great shape. These guys got heart. Yeah, that's kind of the point, is this Jazz team was in this game even with just dead legs, absolutely just exhausted, and they still almost won this game. You know, and I think that was one cool thing too about Fontecchio, is he came in and he hit some shots, and he really kind of lifted them when everyone else was just tired. So that was really fun to see. So these are the moments you got to appreciate during a season like this, is when you get to see a guy like this come in and play. Those are the things you just appreciate, because this Jazz team might lose a lot of games this year, guys. A trade may be coming. I'm here right now to be the canary in the coal mine a little bit. A little bit. Be on the lookout for, it's time to maybe turn on those notifications for Woj and Shams, because the canary is flapping its wings out of that coal mine a little bit. So, anyways, we'll see what happens. I kind of would love to get a nice elite player on this Jazz team that can play with Will Hardy, because Will Hardy's a fantastic coach, and this Jazz team is impressive. So, anyways, guys, let's give a shout out to our All-Stars. Let's see here. Let me pull this up. All right, let's give a shout out to our All-Stars. Guess what? Jordan the GOAT Besserol is back, baby. We figured it out, my man. Jordan the GOAT Besserol is back, along with Just Buckets JB, Baby Elliott Matson, Zap Watts, TGD Total Game Domination. Christian House Money to Haas with the donation tonight. Thank you, Christian, my man. Tyson Price, the price is right. Zintis X marks the spot. Jordan, the GOAT. Best. Jordan, do you have 2 accounts? You might have 2, my man. You might want to check that and cancel the other because it looks like you're already on here. I see a red J and a green J, Jordan. You need to go double check that, Jordan. Maybe cancel the other. You might. Do you have 2 logins? Do you have 2 accounts, Jordan? Go cancel the one so you're not double dipping. Okay? So go cancel. I don't want you charging yourself extra. Joshua Hansen, the Danish Destroyer. Ezekiel Raisibe, my man from down under. Austin R. Grant, editor extraordinaire. Donald Schooley, schooling all of us. DW to CB, Darren Williams to Carlos Boozer. Jorge Arrizaga, mi amigo de abajo. Patrick Akubo, the connoisseur. And Robert Hall of Fame. Jordan, go check that out. I don't know what's going on. Just make sure you're not getting double charged, okay, my man? Go double check, okay? Because I don't want that. I want you to enjoy this. I don't want it to be a sucky thing. Unless I guess if there's an issue, I could always block the other one. I don't know. You let me know what to do, Jordan. Go investigate, my friend. But guys, the Jazz are 3-1. We win no matter what. If the Jazz win tons of games, we win. If the Jazz lose tons of games, we get a nice elite draft pick. It's great to be a Jazz fan right now, guys. It's great to be a Jazz fan. All right. Well, that's all we got tonight, guys. I think the show is over. But thank you for dropping by. Even in a Jazz loss, you guys show up. You guys are amazing. Thank you for supporting the channel. If you have any questions or concerns, Jordan, just send me a line. We'll see if we can figure this out. I will talk to you next time, guys.